Rocknicks are humming in the dead of the night. Electric bills climbing, ain't feeling right. Hash rates dropping, profits thin as air. I'm digging for gold, but there's none down there. I got the crypto mining blues, feeling like I just can't choose. But there's a spark in the AI glow. Rent my computer, let the profits grow. Once I was king with my GPUs. Now I'm stuck paying the power dues. Every coin I mine feels heavier than lead, but I hear whispers of a future ahead. I got the crypto mining blues, feeling like I just can't lose. Switch my power to the AI flow, turn this burden into a glow. I see the light, it's flickering on. AI's calling my machines to respond. No more digging in the blockchain dirt. This pivot might just heal the hurt. I got the crypto mining blues, but I'm stepping in brand new shoes. The AI train's on a steady roll, gonna wreck compute and regain control.
I was digging deep in the digital ground, hoping for treasure, but nothing was found. The rigs were buzzing, the heat was real, electric bills biting like a thief who steals. The crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my day. I stacked up GPUs, thought I'd strike it rich, but the market's a beast with a wicked glitch. Hash rates climbing, rewards falling flat. Chasing that coin, I'm chasing a cat. Crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my day. AI knocking, it's a brand new game. Whispering sweet that it knows my name. Ran out the power, let it learn and dream. A smarter hustle, a brand new scheme. Now my GPUs hum a different tune, training models under the cyber moon. No more digging, no more feudal race, just AI visions lighting up the space. Crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my days. Now my GPUs hum a different tune, training models under the cyber moon. No more digging, just AI visions lighting up the space.
Hello, everybody. Wow, it's hot. Very hot. Let me turn down. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Oops. Don't turn down the mic. Turn down the music. There we go. Okay. Holy cow, it is hot. Very, very hot. We did get a portable air conditioner today. We were gonna actually get one from somebody else, but that was like an hour away from where my wife was, and then my wife was staying with somebody, and she's like, well, we have one you could borrow. So we got that one. But we could use another one too. This one's getting put up in the bedroom. But right now, it's 85 degrees in the bedroom. That is not sleeping temperatures at all. It was not that bad last night. So it probably will cool off a bit, but damn. And I don't even have everything running in the basement either. So Sunflower Mama said it's making her say bad words. Doesn't take that much to make her say bad words, but anyway, let's see who's here. Who is here? We have Son of a Rabbit, Travelers Travels, John Germain, Rogelio Esquire, Automatic Beats, Lester Dog C57, Frogman, Caw Valley Crypto, Crypto MB, let's see who else, Northern Crypto and Tech, Amplifier Gaming, let's see, Dan Balmer, Bacon, Eggs, and Hash, and It's a Fucking Goat is here. See the shirt I'm wearing? It's comfortable. Of course, I was just doing a whole bunch of things that were like really dusty, so I got dust all over your shirt. Sorry, man. Mine Some 10 is here. Hey, great live stream earlier. That was a lot of fun. Appreciate you having me. Mr. Pringle, Mike Hill, and yeah, just keep mom smiling. Yeah, that's the key. Keep her smiling. Yeah, she's finishing up the project of putting up like rigid foam insulation around, because we didn't have the insert for this one, so we're doing a makeshift insert on this one. But yeah, hopefully it will be good sleeping temps with that there. It's just an 8,000 BTU one. It pulls about 750 to 800 watts, something like that. So it's not too bad. I was worried with what they were saying. They're like, oh yeah, 2,400 watts. I'm like, 2,400 watts? What are you talking about? It is not 2,400 watts. Maybe they meant it cools 2,400 watts, I suppose. I don't know. But either way, I was glad when we plugged it in and I looked it up on my app that it was, like I said, about 750 to 800 watts. And yes, I'm thirsty, so had to get me a Monster Rehab for the stream. Yeah, so I've been busy with trying to figure this out, although Melissa, my Sunflower Mama has been doing most of that work, but having the power shut off twice, and then one of the rigs not coming back up, having to get online with Vast, and then magically after I get on the phone with, or I get on the chat with them, it starts working again. This is the same one that had a bug that was saying it was offline when it really wasn't. But anyway, that one is back up. I'm just going to do a last double check. I'm pretty sure everything's back up and running from the last one. Hopefully, since it is getting darker, it is getting cooler outside. Hopefully, no, I'm not even going to say it because I was talking on Mine Some 10s and I mentioned that I had good power, and lo and behold, look what happens. I haven't had a power outage in quite a while. Well, it was like 2 months ago when there was a momentary, and that was right after I mentioned that we had good power. Yeah, and the worst part about it is when you try to report the fact that there's a momentary outage, like there might be something wrong. Yeah, there's no selection for that, and there's no people. There's no customer service Sunday at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. They only have Monday through Friday customer service. Great. Wonderful. Gotta love ComEd. So yeah. So I don't really have too much to talk about, although I have been looking at my phone and been seeing that, I'm just going to double check, that some of the cryptos have kind of turned around a bit. I mean, Bitcoin's back over 100 at least. Ethereum's back over 2,200. Let me share my screen. All right, let me go back to the chat. Anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. Let's see. Integra guy is here and the Toxic Miner. Good to see you guys. Power out here as well, but we have a whole home backup generator, so no problems. Yeah, this is how quick the power outages were. My 8 GPU rig, which has all, oh shoot, why can I not think of the name of the really good GPU brand? I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, they're really good, and that rig never went down. It had enough capacitive capacity in order to have enough power to keep it running. So that rig never went down. Now, doesn't matter. The internet still went down for like 3 minutes each time. But at least whoever was working on it didn't lose their data. And that's key. So yeah, unfortunately, most of the things went down. Weird thing was the second one, the one that I couldn't get to come back up, that one didn't go down the second time. Go figure. But everything is up and running right now. I have 5 rigs rented. I did lose 1 rig, actually 2 rigs in the process, but considering how hot it is, I'm not really complaining all too much. The 8 GPU rig is running just fine. So I got 9 4090s rented, 3 3060s rented, and 1 3090 rented, which is the one behind me. Oh, that one is running quite hot at 77. Well, that's not that hot for 3000 series, I suppose. But it certainly isn't help cool it down in this room, that's for sure. The one that was really interesting, and it still looks like it's holding strong. I have a 2 3060 rig that is making, now it's making, after the power outages and such, it's making 26.8 cents an hour. 2 3060s. Yeah, I have it listed for 4.5 cents. So it must have just a ton of storage. Because I've looked, it's not that much bandwidth. It hasn't taken that much, so it must just be a really, really, really large job. Because I haven't jacked up the prices on, at least not that high, for the storage and the bandwidth. So go figure. I'm not complaining, that's for sure, on that one. All right, let's see. Hey, Yusuf, how's it going? 306 Miner says, so are we switching to Octaspace? Not yet. Maybe though. I mean, how much further can Octaspace go down? That's kind of what I'm thinking. And that 3090, and I actually have, here, I'll just grab it. So I have this one just chilling. So I need to put this one on a T7810 with the other 3090 as well. So I need to move that. Yeah. So when I do that, I was thinking, since it's an unverified rig, I was thinking about changing it over to Octaspace because it appears that it would make quite a bit more on Octaspace. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because I've actually really started to think that I start labeling M.2s and then I can swap out rigs and just swap out the M.2 each time I want to change it up. So like I have that 6x4090 rig. It's not doing anything, although I do have it listed higher than normal because I don't want any more heat in the basement for this week. But I have thought about like, okay, I can take the M.2 out and put a different M.2 in and put it on some other platform and see how it does. Especially the 6x4090 rig, it's almost like people don't know what to do with it because people are looking for either 4 or 8. It can still search for it if they do like 4 or more or 6 or more, but it tends to be a little, I think, harder to find on Vast. But I can't scale it back to 4 because then I would lose my verification. You can't ever remove GPUs from a rig and still have it stay with the same machine ID. All right. So 306 miner as a definite maybe. Mark Hill, I put the AC in also just about 1 hour ago. Yeah, it's actually running upstairs. I just like stuck it in the window so it's kind of open like this much, and I just put it in so that it would at least run a little bit while she was getting the rigid foam insulation thing figured out. Was 86 degrees last night at 1 a.m. Damn. Yeah, the problem is when it doesn't get cool overnight, it leads to like a heat soak in the basement. The other part of it is, I really think, I mean, we're in a 30-year-old house. The insulation degrades over time. I really think I need to get the attic insulated again. Well, re-insulated with more. Especially the bedroom, which has a cathedral ceiling. So there's not as much room between the roof line and the cathedral ceiling. So I think that part is like really, really hot. But it is on the part of the roof line that has the solar panels on it. So I would think that would cool it off a little bit, but maybe not. Maybe that helps generate a little bit of heat on that side of the building. I don't know. All I know is we did have somebody out to look at the air conditioner just to make sure it was operating properly. He put in a new capacitor and cleaned off the fan because it needed to be done. We hadn't had it looked at in quite a while. Paid way too much, but what are you going to do? Don't know that until the guy comes out, and then all of a sudden he kind of has you. And as a memory, remember, don't ever go with a company that has memberships, because they will always screw you on price. Always. Just looking around Iotopie, cathedral ceilings are really tough. Spray foam is amazing. My 1976 home SIPS power stays very comfortable. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking, that basically either spray just regular insulation into that area, or basically over the whole attic, because we have a cathedral ceiling in the living room, dining room as well. So I just think that right now is the major part of the problem. So we'll be looking at that. Yeah, just looking around, Iotopie 322. Yeah, that's a mouthful. That's definitely a mouthful and not fun to type. That's for sure. So yeah, the markets are not great, but don't appear to be going any lower right now and seem to have turned around from their worst levels of the day. Some things are green. Oh, I started to move over to... There we go. Although, you know what? I do not want me over here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to grab. Yeah, I didn't think that was either. There we go. Oh, nope, that's just going to grab that. All right, well, we're going to leave me there then. Yeah, just leave me there. It's going to move me over to the left because since I'm over some of the data. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Let me actually, I am logged in, so I should be able to go to my watch list. Thank you. There we go. And slot's still down a little bit for the day, but yeah, God, I wish I had not bought a bunch of things last week. I wish I had just waited. I was really debating. I heard Crypto Frank on a stream this week say that he had sold all of his stuff, all of his crypto. I don't know if he was serious, but I was seriously thinking about selling a lot going into the weekend because not knowing what Trump was going to do and really regretting that I did not go with my gut on that. Oh well. My easiest trade are after a huge sell-off, almost a guaranteed 8% in less than 24 hours. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, except you just got to make sure you always have a little bit on the side. And I say that, but I thought, nah, these are good opportunities. Well, they were. I'm not worried. They're going to go back up. I know I've heard a lot of people talking about it's different this time. Every time is different. But there are a number of things that go into when a bull run happens. One is liquidity in the market. So M2. Decreasing interest rates definitely help. So basically kind of like a bad economy. And I truly believe we are headed towards a recession, which is good, actually good news for crypto. I know people are like, oh no, because that's bad. Temporarily, as soon as interest rate reductions are announced, everybody forgets about the fact that we're in a recession. They're like, oh, we're on our way out of a recession. So I truly believe that in November, we're going to get notification that we've had 2 months of declining growth and that we're officially in a recession, and interest rates will have been lowered or will soon be lowered after that. So I'm really looking forward to the end of the year for what the crypto market holds. I think we're going to be in very good shape. China still keeps putting a ton of liquidity into the market, which is good news for crypto, especially for Bitcoin. So I don't know. I'm still bullish. I'm definitely still bullish, and I will be I will be out completely. I'm not even going to hold Bitcoin through the next bear market. I will be out. And everybody's like, oh no, this time's going to be different. There's going to be retail. It won't be different. It won't be different. That's what all of the whales want you to think. Hold it until we can get out, and then you're left holding the bag. That's what they want. So don't do it. Don't do it. So, been watching a number of YouTubers and doing my own research, checking up on their data that they're reporting and the trends and all that kind of stuff, and it makes a lot of sense. We repeat cycles in the stock market, in the crypto market, pretty much all markets, and it's a matter of knowing where you are in the cycle, looking at where you are in the cycle, what are the indicators, and no, you will never know exactly when to sell. You'll never know that. But I don't plan on riding it to the top, but I don't plan on riding it to the bottom. If I'm out 80 to 90% on the way to the top, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Let's see. Vinny retracted. I sold 75% of my BTC and XRP, then bought it all back during the dip. Nice, Rizzo. Very nice. I've done a bunch of round trips, but this was a round trip that I missed, unfortunately. So, not always 100%. This time, all the institutional BTC adoption, no alt season. I disagree, Vinny. I disagree. Goat says, wait, didn't they change the definition of recession last time? Yes. Yes, they did. It was still a recession. There was, it had something to do with unemployment that typically when you have 2 down quarters, it also accompanies a certain amount of unemployment, growth. And because that didn't happen, that's how they said it wasn't a recession. Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid. It was a recession. It was a short one. It was a soft landing recession, no question, but it was still a recession. Pearl Rival, I have no idea. I have no idea where he is. Let's see. Sorry, I need to go back up. So not 2 months, sorry, 2 quarters. If I said 2 months, I apologize. It's still typical that it's 2 quarters, as I just said, Yusuf. It's just a matter of it normally accompanies one other indicator, and last time it didn't accompany that indicator, so therefore they said, nope, can't be because this, and I'm like, whatever. Didn't change the fact that we still had 2 negative growth quarters of GDP. So whatever you want to call that. So wait a minute, hold on a second, Bits, please. Maybe you need to leave because I've had problems with my power today. And so if the power goes out, it's going to be all your fault. Retro Mike says, this is why I'm glad I don't view crypto as an investment. Zero emotion, no matter what happens. I agree. You can't be emotional about it. You can't be emotional about investments. You can't be too proud of the choices you've made to say, oh, well, no, it's this and that. And you know what? Sometimes it doesn't work out. Yeah, the pigs go broke. Yep, absolutely. Northern Crypto says, most of my crypto was sold last summer, planning to buy back before Christmas. God, I hope not. Don't buy back at Christmas. That's going to be, I think that's going to be the top. That's what I think. Alpha Mind moving the goalpost, shaking my head. Let's see. Yeah, your power just flashed. I'm sure a lot of people are getting their power flashed. Like I said, it was really strange because not everything goes out. But unfortunately, my computer, like the last one, my computer went out, but my wife's computer didn't go out. Evidently, she has a more robust power supply than I do. Either that or she just has lower power draw, which is probably more like it. Let's see. Trade dictionaries can be rewritten at any time, just like code can be. Okay, I'm not sure the reference on that if we're talking anyway. 100% of my self-worth tied to my crypto wallet. Isn't 100% of mine, but it is a considerable portion. Automatic Beats. Old ladies asking how to buy Bitcoin and XRP at my work means top is in. Are they? Automatic Beats. Are they asking about Bitcoin and XRP? Sam Fisher, welcome to the stream. We are definitely in a recession. Many of the people I know that work in retail who had been working there for years are now getting reduced work hours from 40 to 16 hours a week. Yeah. We have been interviewing people and I ask them, so just curious, why are you looking for a position? It's like, well, the current place I'm working has reduced hours, so I'm looking for more full-time work. Like, okay. Now, where I'm at, we have plenty of work, but like I said, food grade warehouse, people still got to eat. Pets still got to eat. I'm getting married on August 2nd. After that, I'm going all in. Well, congrats on, well, You're not married yet, but congrats on being engaged and with the date set. All right, what else was I going to talk about tonight? I actually put a bunch of things in. I even totally forgot what I put in the description. So give me a second while I pull that up. I don't want to get rid of that. Oh, that'll work. Oh, jeez. That is that one. Give me a second while I pull it up. Had a few things go on this week, so I can talk to that. Oh, fun with Verizon. So yeah, my father-in-law said, hey, you know what? They never sent the envelope for my dead mother-in-law's phone. We had canceled back in April. I'm like, that's interesting. Sure enough, they never canceled the line. So I got on chat, multiple chats. I literally got transferred 6 times. 6 times. Finally, the second to last person fixed part of it, and the last person fixed another part of it. And they're like, don't worry, the rest of it's going to be taken care of. But basically, I needed to get a refund for the last 2 months because it hasn't been used, and they have record that I did cancel in April. They just didn't do it. And so refunded for those. And the other part was just having it canceled. And then the other part I got to wait for is they're trying to charge me for the remainder of the contract. But because she passed away, she doesn't have to pay that. And I'm like, that's what you guys told me. And they're like, yeah, that's definitely true. I'm like, well, then why am I getting charged for this? Oh, it'll be removed when your bill comes out. Sure it will. So I'll be looking at that and I'm sure to chat or call them back to say, this isn't supposed to be here. But yeah, so that was fun. That was fun. That's what I did yesterday. But one of the things that I did do this week that was kind of fun, at least fun for me, is obviously I've talked a ton about hourly pricing, but I was trying to get even lower prices and discovered a little loophole, which I've kind of talked about, but I did finally sign up with Clearway Community Solar. It will be like 32 kilowatt hour subscription. I think that's what it is. Anyway, I have to go back and look at it, but it was the largest deployment that they could do at a single location. I said, yeah, let's start with that, and then we can scale up from there. But what this is going to do for me is I'm going to pay them 80% of how much they generate. So in other words, if they generate, I don't know, 1,000 kilowatt hours, whatever it is, I'm basically paying them the equivalent of 800 kilowatt hours. So I'm paying the 80 cents on the dollar. Okay. Now and I'm getting reimbursed at the standard rate. So that's going to be the credit I'm going to get. So that's the key, is I'm paying, no matter what I am actually going to get credit for, I'm only paying 80% of what they're going to credit to my bill. So for however much it generates and however much I get a credit for, I'm only paying 80% of that. So I get the benefit of the hourly pricing, of the lower hourly pricing, plus paying 80 cents on the dollar for anything that community solar generates. So seems criminal, but I checked multiple places. They're like, yep, this is how we do it with hourly. Like, so I'm paying 80 cents on the dollar plus getting the lower hourly rate. And they're like, yep. Like, all right, cool. I like it. Just looking around. Apparently that is the norm with retired souls. My girlfriend had the same issue when her mother passed away. Yeah, it is definitely the norm, but they didn't do it. And that's the worst part. Yes, Pro Rob, food grade warehouse. Means that we have food in the warehouse. So, and food grade means that you have to comply with certain things. It's just a common term that you use when you're talking about different types of warehouses. There's plenty of work rounding up illegals. Oh yeah, sure. Got plenty of people that want to go work out in the fields or, yeah, anyway, I'm not even going there. Yeah, there's all kinds of jobs available, but nobody that wants to work them, because they don't make anything. Let's see. So 16 years together won't change much. Got it. Got it. Well, that's cool. Finally, after 16 years, I'm sure is what your family's saying there, Northern Crypto and Tech. I'm sure. Pearl Rival Wings and Hair Extension Warehouse. Oh, that's a good one. Yusuf, you're about to get banned if you keep up with those damn comments. You know, normally, yeah, I know, and they didn't ask me to do that. I may have done it before when we went through this the first time. In fact, I think I did. They have record of like everything that was done. But they said I was gonna have to return the phone, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Nobody's gonna use it. S. Chang, what's the catch? Yeah, right, Vinny. That's why I said if he keeps up with the political conversation, I will put him in timeout. And I know his other ID, so that won't matter. Okay, Yusuf, you are cluttering the chat. Sorry, dude. Need to chill out for 5 minutes. So S Chang, when you were saying what's the catch, what do you mean? Are you talking about the community solar? Because there is no catch. That was, believe me, I was trying to find the catch, and there isn't any. It's just the way they've defined the program, which is just, like I said, criminal. It's nuts. But hey, I'm not complaining. Definitely not complaining. I just basically figured out a way to work it. Let's see. What do we think about the new stablecoin rules? Oh, you're talking about the new law? I haven't even looked into it, honestly. I'm sure it's, you know, let's just put it this way. It wasn't enough to make me interested, I guess is the best way. Yeah, exactly. Odenos Ferratu. Yeah, I'm low on powder as well, unfortunately. Had debated on whether to transfer some stuff. I'm gonna see where it is tomorrow. I might might go into some BTC ETFs tomorrow with some of my like 401k type thing. Not 401k, IRA. Let's see. Chump Change, how are you? Yeah, well, when you're warned and you don't do anything about it and you just keep piling on, not a political channel, goodbye. He'll be back. He'll either be back as himself in 5 minutes or he'll log in as his alter ego. Because I know who his alter ego is too. Oh, S-Check. Yeah, there is no catch. There's no catch. The worst part about it is, let's just say it didn't work out for whatever reason. It takes 3 months to get off the program. That's the catch. There's no cost associated with it. But I have been on the phone with these guys because, I mean, when it comes to residential, I'm a big sale to them. I'm taking up a good portion of one of their farms. So yeah, they were eager to talk to me. Plus I said, might be able to get some other people to sign up. What's your affiliate program like? And they're like, because I said, your affiliate program technically says that I can't like market this. And I said, technically, if I'm going to put this on a YouTube channel with an affiliate link, then that's marketing. And he's like, we don't care. Like, all right, I'll do it until you tell me I can't. He's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. So like, all right, cool. But until I get into the program and can verify everything is the way that they said it's going to be, I'm not promoting it. I want to see the proof. It just seems, it does seem too good to be true. It really does. But everything I've read, and I've read all the fine print, I've seen multiple places where it says you are going to be reimbursed, or you're going to get credited for the standard rate on your bill. And you're going to pay 80% of the standard rate to us. Just fine. I don't care. I'm paying 80% on the dollar. And that's what I think a lot of people don't get is, well, wait a minute. I'm paying 80% of a higher rate. Well, yeah, but you're paying 80% on the dollar. If it was 10 cents, you're paying 8 cents. You're paying 20% less. It does not matter. It does not matter. You are paying less because what you're actually getting charged for electricity is completely independent for what you're getting credited for community solar. They're completely separate from one another. Trust me, I had to go through this thing in my head a number of times, and then I finally was like, yeah, I am thinking about this correctly. I'm making 80 cents on the dollar. And they even said, they're like, yeah, we've talked to some other people with hourly, and they really have trouble understanding this concept. And I'm like, yeah, I can see why I had trouble. I consider myself a pretty intelligent guy. And it, like I said, it's just the fact that it seems too good to be true that how could it possibly work that way? So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just going to double check it. Shides. Hey ho, hey ho. I bought more 3070 today. What? You bought more 3070s today? What? Yeah. Please help me understand. I have a rig with 6 by EVGA XC3 in it. I wanted them to match, be full. Got a great deal. Okay. Do you have solar shides? Only bought 2. Sam Fisher. I have 10 CMP 40HX that I now regret buying and trying to figure out how to get rid of them. Any suggestions? And will you be able to see you again on Misfit Saturdays? That's unlikely. That is unlikely. Let's see. I am liquidating my 3070s right now. Oh, I see. So yeah, Iota Pie is just trying to find, hey, Shides, you looking for some 3070s? You need any more? Oh, meter mining farm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure there's something that's marginally profitable. But you know, some people, hey, it's a hobby. Some people just like to be able to mine stuff. Nothing wrong with that. Even if you're losing a little bit, if you enjoy the hobby. But I have moved all my stuff over to AI and more rental than anything, I should say. Can't even call it AI because it's not always AI. Bits please YouTube. I just bought 2 of the Octo servers full of GPUs. FedEx has been saying arriving today for 3 days. Oh, that sucks. Needs a signature, so I'm just stuck at home until they decide to bring them. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Yeah, I definitely got a chuckle out of 3070s. Yeah, I would not be buying 3000 series at this point. I've actually really debated on selling my 3090s because you can still get a decent deal, a decent sales deal on them, but they still make a decent amount. And I mean, I've still got all those 3060s, so, and 3060, I still have some 3060 Ti's that I could sell. I don't know. I still have too many GPUs. I need to get rid of some, but I haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing yet. Alpha Mine, welcome. Yeah, I mean, if you got that juicy electric rate, you can make money. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good point. Schedule a pickup at a FedEx location. A lot of times they don't like to do that. I don't know why. They used to do it all the time. But it certainly would be worth making a phone call and saying, hey, where's my shit? I just want my shit. Seems pretty reasonable. Retro Mike, I'm always buying 3000 series. He is actually. He is buying a lot of 3000 series, but he's got so many different projects to put things on. I know I have I'll have a project coming up that I actually have found that I think I can use one of my Raspberry Pis on. More on that in about a month. But I'm looking forward to that. Retro Mike, I'm too poor for 4000 and 5000 series. Like I said, if you put it on something profitable, it pays itself off. I will say though, some of the 5060 Ti's I bought have not been doing as well. That one I'm probably, it may end up still being a good decision, but right now it doesn't look like a good decision that I went ahead and bought those. Is what it is. But eventually when people start really switching over to 5000 series, I think it will end up being a good decision. It's just too early at this point. But 4 cards for basically $2,000 could probably still make enough over the next 12 months to where I could still sell them. So the profit plus the sale would still probably break even, or maybe even make a little bit. But it's certainly not going to be anything like the 4090s where they completely pay themselves off in a year or a little over a year. I have a few RPI projects in the pipeline. Cool. Videos or going to be on, you said you're going to be putting stuff on the website, right? Yeah, I actually, I have a bunch of things I have to do, and work's just been brutal, unfortunately. But I have to get some of these things done. But one of the things I do want to do is I want to do a home assistant project. Try to get one place to look at everything instead of having to look like, okay, I've got my my Govee here, my Ecobee here, my Emporia here, my Vast AI will probably still won't be able to be on that, but maybe it will. But you know, my Vast AI, my Salad, my all those other things I just mentioned, ComEd, real-time price, yeah, those are kind of the main things that I look at periodically throughout the day. So made about 35 kilowatt hours today, so that helps. Definitely helps. Kind of curious. I didn't actually look at it. I guess I could bring it up on my screen, but wow, it is taking forever. Solar Edge. You guys can't even see it, can you? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's my curve plot for the day. So pretty good. It's just when the panels get this hot, they lose efficiency, so they don't produce as much. Still 89 degrees outside though. And in here, it is, well, it's got to be at least be down to 81, I think. Down to 80 degrees now. So the only good thing, saving grace, I have is the fact that I have a vent right down there that is pointed directly at me from underneath the desk. So it helps keep me generally fairly cool where I'm at. Let's see. Grafana and Prometheus. I mean, I get Home Assistant, but I don't know about Prometheus. I know about Grafana because I got 500 farm that uses Grafana. So I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Is that another like Home Assistant type program? Retro Mike says guides are on the website, but still do general project videos when things calm down for me a bit. Max needs that AI tool for Postgres. I guess I need to look at your project page, Retro Mike. Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Iota Pi. Bleach says I made 8.2 kilowatt hours with only 7 panels, not my full 22. Wow, where are you that you are making that much? Oh, 8.2 kilowatt hours. Never mind. Yeah, I was at like about 35, so that makes sense. I have 19 panels, but I think only 18 of them are working because one of my optimizers is down. At least according to the system, it is. And actually 3070 for salad. Salad actually has been doing pretty well. I've got two 3060s on it that are making $1 a day. So I think 3070s might still be on the considered high demand. Let's see, I'm looking at it right now. 3070 Ti is in high demand. 3060 Ti is in high demand. 3080 Ti, 3080, 3070 is still in high demand. Making 6.3 cents a day, which isn't bad. It's really not bad considering a 3060 is only making 4.2. I will say the 3070 Ti, oh, the 3070 Ti is making the same amount, 6.3 cents per day. But that's not bad. Really is not bad. That's like $1.50 a day. Around that amount. And again, salad doesn't usually pull that much energy. But yeah, salad's been good. I know that people that have been using Octaspace, the demand's been good. Fast has been up and down. It's, like I said, it's starting to make me look around. Let's see. Shides. See what? Satan or Santan Solar seems to have the Grid Boss in stock. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I looked at, I don't know if I was looking at EG4's website or if I was looking at Signature Solar's website. That said they didn't have it, but yeah. Somewhere I saw it that it didn't have it in stock and it said until December. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Satan Solar, but cool. I'm glad you found it. Yeah, I'm not ready to make that leap yet. Although today makes me like, shoulda. With all the power like up and down today, would have just been consistent, which would have been nice. Actually, let's just double checking on the bedroom to see. Okay. It's closer to around 800 to 850 watts, but still, that's not that bad, especially if it works. I have a feeling that's where Sunflower Mama is right now, is upstairs in the bedroom, cooling off, because she had been at the beach all day. Bits Please YouTube says, maybe I'm old school, but I can't get excited about $1 a day. Maybe it's because I hold everything and don't sell daily, and maybe I'm just spoiled, but I don't see why people sell daily. I don't sell daily. I mean, right now I've got a balance at salad for like $128. I'm gonna wait until it gets to $220 and then sell. But yeah, I mean, it all adds up. That's the thing. It all adds up. Another $60 a month with those. Yeah, I mean, is that like making anywhere near what a 4090 is making? No, of course not. Of course not. Those rigs are making way more. You know, my when my Octo server is rented, it's making 36 around $36 a day. And the 8 GPU rig is making about $50 a day, but that is 8 4090s. So yeah, kind of makes sense. Yeah. Let's see. I live about an hour away from Satan Soul. Oh, that's convenient. Santan, is that how you pronounce it? Santan Solar? I get all my solar from Signature also. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's a good company. I definitely find it interesting, and it seems like they're tied pretty closely to EG4. And I think EG4 is really trying to make a good quality product and make it for an affordable price. That's why he's like, yeah, it's what it is. 30% tax credit goes away. Yep. Installers won't be able to charge as much. You know, I always go back and look at, or think back on with Uber. Used to drive for Uber, and I wasn't like one of the first guys that drove for Uber, but I was relatively early on. And Uber kept lowering the prices. And I'm like, is it worth it? Yeah, it's still worth it. Wish I made more. And of course, everybody bitches and moans every time they lower the price. But new people are coming in still because they're like, yeah, it's good. And they don't know any better because they weren't there when it was more. So yeah, everybody who had solar put in is like, yeah, I'm not getting that 30% tax credit because that's what people were used to. Same thing with the installers are like, I can't sell this thing with a 30% tax credit anymore. I'm not going to be able to sell as much. It's going to be an adjustment period. I think it's the right thing to do. I really do. Yeah, the prices on everything have come down, but yet the systems haven't really come down that much. It's just that it's been more profitable for solar companies. We'll see what happens. I'm sure there will be a bunch of businesses that will go out of business, and then there'll be some conglomerates that will figure it out and make it work. Let's see. I think not naming your solar company Satan Solar is a missed opportunity. I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, Atari kind of died. Santan Highway in Gilbert, Arizona. That's how it got its name. Got it. Still a missed opportunity. Definitely a missed opportunity. All right, let me see. I can't get EG4 to answer their phone. Really? I think their sales model though is, yeah, don't call them, call the distributor. They route all of their, you know, sales calls, any information type of thing. They want you to go through the distributor. It's kind of, that's their sales model. Tough call between microinverters and traditional string inverters. Yeah. Like I said, all depends on where you're putting it. If you have a consistent amount of solar on your panels throughout the day and you don't have any shade on them, then you can just do string inverters and be done with it and not need optimizers. If you have like some shade that comes into play, that's when optimizers can help. But there's some calculations in there that can help with that to really define whether or not optimizers are necessary or not. Get a devil of a deal. Vinny, you missed your calling in sales. Definitely missed your calling. At pizza. Damn it. Thought I banned your IP. Yeah, they could etch the devil on the panel in inverters. Absolutely. Absolutely. I did call them. Only EG4 can fix the problem. My dongle isn't in their server. So wait a minute. Signature Solar's not willing to go to bat for you? Had to buy a networking dongle instead. It seems like a strange thing. I would think the distributor, if it's through Signature Solar or whoever, that they would be able to help. Oh, they tried. Oh, so you tried going through them, they failed, and now you're trying to go direct through them. Got it. I will tell you, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, go on there, add them, and let them know what your issue is. Be nice. Just tell them what your issue is. Nobody likes to be called out on Twitter. No one. So it's always worked for me. Should have seen how fast I got a response when I added Verizon when I was having trouble. Down to 78 degrees in the bedroom. It was at 85, so it's working. It's working, but I think it has to work really, really hard. And I think that's the issue. Let's see. That sounds like a personal problem there, Vinny. A $200 dongle. That seems like highway robbery. Definitely seems like highway robbery. All right, what else was there anything else I was going to talk about tonight? That's the question. Let's see. I already talked about being ripped off by an HVAC contractor. Oh, that new salad rig. It's been doing great. So for $100, less than about right around $100, I should say. Was able to upgrade an old mining rig that had a Celeron processor in it, and just had to upgrade the memory, and away it went. It's been doing well. I might end up doing it to another one, because this one only has 32 gig. I wanted to see how a 3060 would be with 32 gig, and it's rented. So what I'm probably going to do is do this again with one more rig. Because if you think about it, again, I know it doesn't make a lot, but keep doing it. Doesn't create that much heat. So yeah, I think I will do it on that one. Again, $100, same thing, 7th gen i7 will be more than enough. And buy 32 gig of DDR4 and put a 3060 in it. I just have to make sure that it does have an X16. I'm not sure if those Zotac boards had an X16 slot. I had an X16 like slot, like as far as length, but I need to make sure that that in fact is an X16 slot when it's the only thing in there. So I do have to double check that. Let's see. Talked about the power prices. So yeah, I was talking about should I deploy on Octaspace? One of the things we were talking about this earlier on Mind Something, his stream earlier today, and the pros and cons, you still get paid out in Octaspace, but you don't get paid out until the job is done. So you're sitting there waiting to get paid out, and you can set it that you're getting paid out in Octaspace based upon dollars, but the way I understand it is, yeah, you're getting paid out in dollars, but it's adjusted all the time. So in other words, however often they actually, adjust it, you're still only getting paid out that much Octaspace based upon what the price is at that point, as opposed to what the price is when you get paid out. But at the same time, you do generally make more on Octaspace based upon what the price is at that point. But like I said, you run the risk of Octaspace going down in price. So I don't know. I'm debating whether to put the 23090 rig on Octaspace. It's not verified on Vast, so nothing lost there. So I don't know. I mean, obviously I'll lose. Let's see, what's the reliability score on that one. Currently 99.5. It was higher before, but with all the 2 outages I had today, it went down a bit today. Yeah, still at 99.5. But again, not like huge, not like super high or anything. I am still waiting for my 15090 rig to be verified. That was the 3090 rig, so I'm hoping that that gets verified relatively soon. But like I said, I don't see a lot of demand for 50 series on pretty much any platform, which is sad. In fact, let me see. Like I said, I don't see them rented right now, but I was rented, so I lost it. But if I look at 500.farm and I pull up the 5090, yeah, I mean, 2 out of every 3 5090s are currently rented. And the median rental is right around 40 cents. The low rental is at 27.8. Yeah, I may just jack those up for now to, if they're going to get rented, which means they're going to create heat in the basement, I'm going to jack those up in price. And who knows, maybe they'll get rented if they're up higher in price, because you got to remember that the higher the price that they're rented at, I'm going to jack them up to 35, and I'm going to raise my interruptible to 20. Update listing. There we go. Close on that one. And then, so somebody had told me this, that they would rather rent, they'd rather rent something at a higher price because they make 25%. So their commission's higher if they rate something that's, or they rent something that's at a higher price. So maybe might be more likely to get rented at the higher price. We'll see. I mean, the one is at 99.8. That's the unverified, but that's the reliability. And then the other one's at about 99.5. Because I have a long list, I actually have it zoomed in so I can get them. I can see what's rented, what's not, right on the screen. All right, let me go back. Is X8 detrimental to Vast and Salad? No. Not from what I've seen. Now, I suppose if you're at PCI 3.0 by 8, then maybe. But 4.0, I don't think so. I don't think so. The bandwidth isn't unreal on Vast. Where you have the worst bandwidth is Salad. Salad's the one that uses a ton of bandwidth. Or can. Not always, but can use a lot of bandwidth. I have noticed, because people can rent your rig for anything. And so I have noticed that some people have like decided to rent something as kind of like a VPN, basically, where they basically take it over, and then not sure exactly what they do with it, but the only thing they're using at that point is bandwidth. So I definitely have seen that on Vast. It's unusual, but I have seen it happen. Let's see. You can see current pricing. Are you talking about on Octaspace? Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at current pricing. It's kind of all over the place. The worst part about it is, I think maybe you need an account in order to see it, but you can't see the pricing of what's rented. At least I couldn't figure out how to find that on Octaspace. Let's see. Retromic. It accumulates every few minutes as a pending balance in Octa. You can see it on your dashboard. All the 3060 Ti's I have from you, I put on there. They all have long-running Jensen jobs. When you say long-running, how long? You're talking like months? So you've never been paid out on them, and there's just an accumulation? Frogman, you keep putting up memes or like little icons, and I'm like, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Octa instantly validates. Well, I like that. I don't understand why VAST needs to validate. It should be all based upon reliability score. If you have 99.9%, you should be verified. You should be verified. What else do you need to prove? Oh, so you basically, Retro Mike, are you running a limit on the amount of time that they can have and then they just re-rent again? I'm curious about that because I had thought about that. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just put a limit of 7 days on it so that'll expire after 7 days. That way you run less risk of significant movement. Oh, they were telling me, I don't remember if it was IotaPi or Mine Something or Alpha Mine. They were saying that you can set a, like an expiration date for your rig. I know you can do that on VAST. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Because, man, it is hot. And I want to go lay down upstairs where it's cool. Because right now, let's see. No, actually, I have to record something. I need to record a video now that I have it working on a Tangem versus EliPal X card. I need to do that video. I don't know, maybe I'll do it tomorrow night. Because, man, it has been a long day. A long day. But I am, I am very, very happy with the X card. I mean, one thing I will say about EliPal with their software, Ledger has the ability to check your seed phrase. Like, you can actually do a check. So you think you can do it on EliPal by putting in your seed phrase, and then it says, oh, I already have the seed phrase in here. But if you forget the passphrase like I did, then you got a problem. You can't recover it. So what I ended up doing was just creating a new wallet. I actually still need to update my Titan so that I can get the Polygon from, because it was back when it was Matic, but now it's showing up on the wallet on the phone as Polygon, but on the device it shows Matic, and so that's a different crypto. So it's different. It's transition. So I need to update that. So I don't even know what I did with the SD card. I got to find an SD card that I can load it up on and go from there. Maybe I'll do that tonight before I go to bed, because I've been wanting to do that for a while. It's not hard. I just got to find the SD card, and usually I know exactly where it is, but it was not there. So I think I know where it might be, but I got to find that device. I got an SD card reader, and I think it's in there. So I got to find that. Good times. Good times. Let's see. What else are you guys talking about? IotaPi, no expiration, but you can set maintenance windows. Okay. But that doesn't prevent them from continuing to want to rent. Yeah, I thought you guys said there was a way that you could set an end date. But as Richard Mike said, typically it's only a few days. So that's fine. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to put everything on Octaspace. I was just planning on putting the one rig and kind of experimenting with it, and then make decisions based upon that. I also like to try out some of the other platforms too. It's another reason why I want to try to get some more rigs up that I can experiment with. Like I said, right now I have them on salad. 2 of them on salad. I'll still continue to leave at least 1 on salad, but I'd like to try some other platforms. So having like kind of a couple of additional test benches would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to call it a night. Like I said, it has been a long day. I appreciate you guys coming. It was pretty good showing from lately. It was, I think the high was about 45. So appreciate you guys all showing up. And I will not be streaming tomorrow night, because if I'm going to do anything tomorrow night, I definitely need to record some videos. And then take videos that I've already recorded and actually turn them into videos. So I need a workflow. That's really what it comes down to. Today I was kind of working on the business portion of things, because I will be in the month or 2 from now, I will start offering one-on-ones. I've also thought about doing some webinars on power. Yeah, I've got a bunch of ideas. Because yeah, I would like to be able to do this full time, but I'm really far away from that, like way far away from that. But trying to put the pieces in place so that I can do that. We'll see. We'll see. It'll probably be. I don't know. Obviously, health insurance is really expensive, and my job is the one that I get the health insurance through. So not having that would be very difficult. So I don't know. We'll see, but I need to get things in place first before I can even think about it really, or really think about it seriously, I should say. Right now it's kind of I would say more like a pipe dream, more than anything. Thank you, Shides. Appreciate it. Good night. Thanks as always. Stay cool. And thanks. The power did not go out, even though, because why am I drawing a blank? It ends in YT. Bits, please, YouTube, did not cause the power outage, the power to go out. So I appreciate that. And thanks for being here for a change, instead of just coming in at the very end. Alrighty, guys. Have a good night. And as always, no tabs were harmed in the making of this live stream. Have a good night, everybody.